Welcome, listeners, to another episode of the Southwest Desert. Today, we're diving into the fascinating legend of Pegleg Smith's gold mine, a tale that has captivated treasure hunters and history buffs for over 170 years. Sit back and prepare to be transported to the scorching deserts of the American Southwest, where fortunes were made and lost, and where one of the most enduring mysteries of the region was born. Our story begins in the year 1852, when a man named John O. Smith, better known as Pegleg Smith, made a discovery that would spark decades of speculation and adventure. Pegleg Smith was no stranger to the harsh landscapes of the Southwest. As a seasoned horse trader and guide, he had traversed these lands many times before. But on this particular journey from Yuma to Los Angeles, via Warner's Ranch, Smith decided to take a shortcut across the desert, a decision that would change his life forever. As Smith made his way through the desolate terrain, he came upon three hills that caught his attention. Intrigued, he decided to climb one of them. What he found at the top would become the stuff of legend. Scattered across the hilltop were numerous black lumps of metal. Smith, assuming they were copper, picked up a few as curiosities to add to his collection. Thank you for joining your desert frontiersman, Alan. Please leave a like, comment, and share. For further desert adventures, hit the subscribe button. It wasn't until Smith arrived in Los Angeles and showed his finds to a mining friend that the true nature of his discovery was revealed. These weren't mere lumps of copper. They were pure gold nuggets, coated with a layer of desert varnish that gave them their distinctive black appearance. In an instant, Pegleg Smith realized he had stumbled upon something extraordinary. News of Smith's discovery spread like wildfire through Los Angeles. Sensing the opportunity of a lifetime, Smith quickly made his way to San Bernardino, where he gathered supplies and a small group of trusted companions for an expedition back to the site of his discovery. Under the cover of darkness, Smith and his party set out, their hearts filled with dreams of unimaginable wealth. But the desert is an unforgiving place, and dreams of riches can quickly turn to nightmares. The expedition never returned. Sometime later, the remains of Smith and his companions were discovered on the edge of the Salton Basin. The promise of gold had led them to their doom, and Pegleg Smith was never heard from again. The legend of Pegleg Smith's gold might have ended there, lost to the sands of time like so many other frontier tales. But fate had other plans. A few years after Smith's ill-fated expedition, a discharged soldier from Fort Yuma found himself traversing a similar route across the desert. By chance or destiny, he too climbed one of the three hills and made the same astounding discovery: black nuggets of gold scattered across the hilltop. Unlike Smith, this soldier recognized the nuggets for what they were. He gathered as much as he could carry and made his way to Los Angeles. But the lure of easy riches proved too strong to resist. Like Smith before him, the soldier returned to the desert with two companions, determined to claim the rest of the gold. History, it seems, has a way of repeating itself. The three men were never seen alive again. Their bodies were later found in the foothills of the San Isidro Mountains about 30 miles west of the Salton Sea. For nearly 2 decades, the legend of the burned black gold of the Pegleg lay dormant, a cautionary tale whispered around campfires. But in 1876, as the Southern Pacific Railroad Company pushed its way across the desert, the story resurfaced in a most unexpected way. One day, at a railroad construction camp near Salton, a Native American woman stumbled in, on the verge of death from dehydration. After being revived, she shared a harrowing tale. She and her husband had been traveling from the reservation at the head of the Rio San Luis Rey to the Cocopa Reservation near Yuma. Their journey took a tragic turn when their canteen leaked and her husband succumbed to thirst. For 2 days, the woman wandered alone in search of water. In her desperation, she climbed one of the Tres Picachos, Three Peaks, and from there spotted the smoke from the construction train. But that wasn't all she found on that hill. The woman produced a bandana filled with black nuggets, giving one to the engineer in charge of the camp before continuing on her journey. She was never seen again, but her brief appearance added another layer to the growing legend of Pegleg's gold. The fourth and final confirmed discovery of the black gold came a few years later, this time by a half-breed worker from Warner's ranch. This man appeared one day after a trip to the desert, carrying a quantity of black nuggets. He exchanged them for coins and, when his funds ran low, would disappear into the desert only to return with more gold. The half-breed was clever, covering his tracks well to keep the source of his newfound wealth a secret. On one or more of these trips, he took his wife, Carmelita, with him. The man's luck eventually ran out, but not because of the desert. He was killed in a brawl and more than $4,000 in coarse gold was found in his bunk. When questioned about the gold's location, Carmelita offered a tantalizing clue. "We left early in the morning, camped at the Spring of the White Ledge, and when the sun was so high, pointing to the sky, we would be where the gold was." Despite this information, subsequent searchers were unable to locate either the spring or the gold. The legend of Pegleg's gold took another dark turn with the involvement of Tom Cover, a former sheriff of Riverside County. Cover had encountered the half-breed during one of his desert trips while hunting for horse thieves. Intrigued by the story, Cover and a friend named Russell decided to venture into the desert themselves. At the place where they had previously seen the half-breed, Cover and Russell separated. Russell was to drive their team to an appointed meeting place, while Cover continued on foot. It was the last time anyone would see Tom Cover alive. Russell returned to Riverside alone, and despite Mrs. Cover offering a $5,000 reward for the recovery of her husband's body, no trace of him was ever found. In 1902, a man named Walter E. Scott interviewed both Mrs. Cover and Russell in Riverside. Russell revealed that when he and Cover parted ways, the sheriff had a nugget of gold from the Pegleg mine and a map of its location. The circumstances of Cover's disappearance remain a mystery to this day, adding another layer of intrigue to the Pegleg legend. Over the years, countless treasure hunters have ventured into the desert in search of Pegleg Smith's legendary gold. The exact number of lives lost in pursuit of this elusive treasure will never be known, but according to reports gathered over nearly 5 decades, the toll is substantial. The search for the Pegleg mine is fraught with danger. Water is scarce in the region, and the terrain is so rugged that travel is nearly impossible without a sure-footed animal. Yet despite these perils, the allure of the black gold continues to draw adventurers into the unforgiving desert. The legend of Pegleg Smith's gold mine has endured for nearly 2 centuries, capturing the imagination of generations of treasure hunters and history enthusiasts. Unlike many lost bonanza tales, the story of the Pegleg mine is supported by recurring evidence that has come to light over the years. Some even claim that gold from the mine has been coined into U.S. currency, lending further credibility to the legend. The story of Pegleg's gold embodies the spirit of the American West, a tale of adventure, risk, and the promise of untold riches waiting to be discovered. It speaks to the human desire for sudden wealth and the lengths to which people will go in pursuit of their dreams. But the legend also serves as a cautionary tale, reminding us of the dangers that lurk in the harsh desert landscape and the high price that many have paid in their quest for gold. It's a story of hope and tragedy, of triumph and disappearance, all set against the backdrop of one of America's most unforgiving environments. The Pegleg mine remains one of the great unsolved mysteries of the American Southwest, a tantalizing secret hidden somewhere in the vast expanse of the desert. For now, the black nuggets of Pegleg Smith's mine remain elusive, their location known only to the desert itself. But who knows? Perhaps someday, a lucky explorer will stumble upon those 3 hills and finally unravel the mystery that has captivated us for so long. Until then, the legend lives on, a testament to the enduring allure of hidden treasures and the indomitable spirit of those who seek them. This is your desert frontiersman, Alan, thanking you for joining us on this journey into the heart of a desert mystery. Until next time, keep exploring, and who knows what treasures you might find. Please leave a like, comment, and share. For further desert romps, hit the subscribe button.